Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the opening ceremonies. Please join us in singing America the Beautiful, found in your program, or the blue hymnal in your pew rack on page 719. Color Guard, advance the colors. Scout salute, please repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ready, two. Scout sign, please repeat the Scout oath and law. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Ready, two. Color Guard, post the colors. Please be seated. On behalf of Troop 1, I now convene this Troop 1 Court of Honor and thank you for being here today for this ceremony and celebration honoring Houston, Jack, Charlie, Gates, and Charlie. The Eagle rank is the highest recognition that Scouting offers to Boy Scouts. This afternoon, we have the pleasure of witnessing these young men complete their journey earning the rank of Eagle Scout by publicly reciting the Eagle Pledge and receiving the Eagle Badge. To begin, David Millinor will deliver the invocation.
Let's bow our heads. God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as family, friends, leaders, brothers, and fellow scouts on this significant day in the lives of Houston, Jack, Charlie, Gates, and Charlie. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, friendships, struggles, and fun. Today we think of all the merit badges earned along the way, the oaths committed to, the character these young men developed, the service these scouts provided to our community. Little by little, month by month, year by year, they were faithful, and we celebrate their faith, commitment, and hard work. We ask your blessings on Houston, Jack, Charlie, Gates, and Charlie, and their families who supported and encouraged them, and now fellow scouts who helped them along the way. Bless the scout leaders, this troop, and all those who are here physically or in spirit. Continue to walk with them as they take these next steps in becoming scouts and the men who you desire them to be. Amen.
I now call on Tim Satterfield for a reflection.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here to talk to you about these 5 young men who began their journey to Eagle on a beautiful Friday night in April in 2016. I look back on the pictures and remember how energetic all these young men were at that time, and I look at them today and realize what smart, athletic, handsome young men they have become. It is amazing how we get to watch them grow over these 5 to 6 years. Just last night, we welcomed 12 young boys who crossed over the wooden bridge that Houston, Jack, Gates, and both Charlies crossed over back in 2016. We look forward to standing here in 5 to 6 years to welcome those 12 young men into the ranks of Eagle Scouts. As they crossed the planks back in 2016, these words were spoken. The trail to Eagle still lies ahead of you. It takes a strong desire, a willingness to sacrifice, and a lot of guts sprinkled with a lot of love to make it. So this is just the starting point. Keep the fire going and the desire going within you. From this base camp, may your travels be onward and upward. And may you have a marvelous journey towards being a successful, active citizen of the community, and what a wonderful journey it has been. The journey began on a beautiful Friday night at Lake Bowen, where we woke up to a delicious breakfast on Saturday cooked by those first-year dads. It was very cold that morning, but a perfect morning to earn their first merit badge, horseback riding. Other trips that these young men that year included a Cooper River run starting at the locks of Lake Moultrie, backpacking at Kings Mountain and Hot Springs, ski trips to Boone with a very successful stop to the candy shop at Valley Cruises, rock climbing at Linville Gorge. Then it was on to camp at Honanwa. Who can forget those days? The woodsman class, the hikes to the tea plantation, and last but not least, the Frisbee Championships. Sorry for you Troop 2 boys that are here today. The scorecard these young men achieved over the past few years: 178 merit badges, 253 nights camping on the ground, 63 miles hiked, and over 150 service hours. Mostly compliments to Tracy Kennedy when these boys came back from Honanwa. You know, I look back at some of these boys, and one of the things that we get to do is that we work on their Eagle applications. They write an essay of what scouting means to them. Here are some of those notes. When I walked over the bridge, I had no idea what an impact Troop 1 and Boy Scouts would have on my life. The journey has taken hard work and dedication, which is paid off in the end. My experience with scouting has definitely benefited my life for the better. It has taught me important things that I will hold with me forever, like being an honorable and responsible person. The Scout oath and law really stand out to me because of its meaning and repetition each week. It has been permanently engraved in my mind, and it is something that I will never forget. From when I crossed over the bridge at Troop 1 Bridge at Lake Bowen, officially becoming a Boy Scout, to my final brush of purple paint on my Eagle project, I have learned more than life can teach me with the Boy Scouts. My first border review really introduced me to what scouting was all about. My scoutmaster, Mr. Gage, told me what kind of scout he hoped I would become, that I would grow up to be, and how much scouting would help me in my life and career. I know from the beginning of his speech that this would change my life in a great way. And my scouting career has provided many opportunities to learn new skills and investigate possible career avenues. My leadership positions in scouting have allowed me to exercise decision-making skills and teamwork while building self-confidence. Guys, the most important hike of your scouting career is just before you. These 3 steps to the altar you will recite the Eagle Pledge and receive your Eagle Badge in front of many of your family members and friends and fellow Scouts. You will publicly acknowledge what you have earned, and you will be held to a much higher standard for the rest of your life. I ask you to let these 3 steps be the most important steps you have taken in your scouting journey, beginning with those steps you took across the wooden bridge many moons ago. I now ask our newest Eagle Scouts to rise from your seats and journey to this mountaintop before you. I also ask all other Eagle Scouts present to come forward and stand behind these young men.
Scouting is no doubt one of the greatest organizations in the world to foster the ideals of citizenship. It is little wonder then that so many of our nation's greatest leaders had some of their earliest leadership experiences in scouting. The total development from boyhood to manhood depends on physical, mental, moral growth expressed in the Scout Oath and Law. The trail to Eagle is a steep trail that begins with tiger cubs and progresses to wolf and bear Cub Scouts, Webelow Scouts, and finally, Boy Scouts. Progressing through the ranks entails earning badges, participating in service projects, practicing scouting skills, and developing leadership skills. Each one of our Scouts has reached some point along this trail, many of them just beginning this weekend, as we said. Awarding the Eagle Badge is an important and serious occasion. It is both a time for joy and celebration, as well as serious contemplation. It is the culmination of years of work on the Scouts' part and the effort of various leaders of these Scouts. The Eagle Award is the highest and most coveted rank in all of Scouting. It is the last major step in the advancement program. Fewer than 6% of all Scouts in the United States reach the rank of Eagle. The requirements for Eagle rank are as follows. Earn 21 merit badges, including 13 which are required. Serve actively in a troop leadership position for a period of 6 months after becoming a Life Scout. Plan, develop, and carry out a service project worthy of an Eagle Scout. Appear before a board of review of prominent persons and satisfy them that they have done their best to understand and live up to the Scout oath and law, and that they possess the scouting knowledge required to earn the rank of Eagle Scout. Houston, Jack, Charlie M., Gates, Charlie S. At this point, we trust you have achieved our purpose in the building of character, training of leadership, and the practice of service. Careful examination has been made, and you have qualified and received the rank of Eagle Scout. We will now turn the program over to Eagle Scout Banks Mullen to present the Eagle Charge.
We challenge these Scouts to accept the responsibilities as well as the honor of the Eagle Scout Award. These responsibilities are as follows. An Eagle Scout is to live in honor. His honor is sacred. It is the foundation of all character. An Eagle Scout will live so that he reflects credit upon his home, church, school, friends, and self. May the white on your badge remind you to live with honor. An Eagle Scout is loyal. To thine own self be true, and it must follow. As the night and day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Neither pain nor profit, pride nor personal loss shall sway loyalty. The blue on your badge is an emblem of loyalty. An Eagle Scout is courageous. Courage gives all character, force, and strength. With trust in God and faith in his fellow man, he faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work to do. Let the red on your badge remind you of courage. Finally, an Eagle Scout is service-oriented. Extend a helping hand to those who toil along the scouting trail you have completed, just as others have aided you. The daily good turn must take on a new meaning and enhance a pattern of service. Protect and defend the weak and helpless. Comfort and unfortunate and the oppressed. Uphold the rights of others as well as your own. And remember, real leadership is founded upon real service.
As our Scouts prepare to accept the responsibilities of the Eagle Charge Banks has bestowed upon them, I will ask each of them individually this question. Are you really ready and willing to accept these responsibilities and to adopt the Eagle Pledge all the days of your life? Houston, are you?
I am.
Jack, are you?
I am.
Charlie, are you?
I am.
Gates, are you?
I am.
Charlie, are you? Please then rededicate yourselves to the principles of scouting by reciting the Scout Oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Continuing with the Scout Sign, I now ask you to commit yourself to the Eagle Pledge by repeating after me. I realize my obligations to my fellows,
I realize my obligations to my fellows,
my home, my country, and my God.
my home, my country, and my God.
I will at all times do my best to assist other Scouts
I will at all times do my best to assist other Scouts
who are climbing the trail to Eagle
who are climbing the trail to Eagle,
and give back more to scouting than it has given to me,
and to give back more to scouting than it has given to me,
and to assist my troop as much as possible,
to assist my troop as much as possible,
and to be a living example of the Scout Oath and Law
and to be a living example of the Scout oath and law,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Family plays an instrumental role in a Scout attaining the rank of Eagle. Fortunately, all of these Scouts have been blessed with many role models. Will the Eagle Scouts please escort your parents to the front, and all Eagles Scouts may return to their seats at this time. Houston, Jack, Charlie, Gates, other Charlie. We now proclaim to all the world your accomplishments. The success, symbol of your success, is the Eagle Badge, which will now be presented to you by your father to be worn over your heart. We will now present, almost. We will now present the Eagle neckerchief to your parents, who will replace your old neckerchief. In recognition of the wisdom and guidance given to you by your father, please present him the Eagle Father's pin to be worn in your honor. And now, also in recognition of the many hours of patient guidance given by your mother, will you please pin over her heart the Eagle Mother's pin? The parents may now return to their seats, and while doing so, I call on Kobe Alexander to make a presentation from the Sons of the American Revolution.
The Daniel Morgan chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution is proud to honor the service and values of outstanding community members, especially among our youth. For many years, the SAR have recognized the common bonds of purpose and principles shared with the Boy Scouts of America. Young men achieving the rank of Eagle Scout have demonstrated their belief in these common principles. For this reason, we believe that Eagle Scouts are deserving of special recognition for their dedication and accomplishment. Scouts earning the rank of Eagle is a significant accomplishment that will follow you the rest of your life. As an Eagle Scout, you now represent Scouting's finest tradition of citizenship, of duty to God and country, duty to others, and duty to self. You embody those values that build strong character, strong families, and strong communities. Therefore, it is with great pleasure and honor that I present you with this certificate of recognition. Congratulations on earning your Eagle.
By the authority of the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you our Eagle Scouts. May the oath you have taken always remain with you. The eagle soars high and seeks to rest only upon lofty peaks. As an Eagle Scout, you too must soar high. You must not swerve from the path of duty. Your ideals must be lofty. You must strive to obtain that which is the highest and noblest in life. It is our pleasure to have added your name to the Eagle Wall plaque in recognition of your outstanding service to Troop 1 and of becoming an Eagle Scout. Eagle Scouts make a difference. We congratulate you, Eagle Scouts Houston Johnson, Jack Krydynski, Charlie Millinor, Gates Myers, and Charlie Smith. I now call upon Troop 1's newest Eagle Scouts to make a few comments.
Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Houston Johnson, and I want to thank everyone for coming to this memorable day for all of us standing before you. I'd like to thank the two Scoutmasters of Troop 1 who held this position during my time as a Boy Scout. Mr. Gage and Mr. Satterfield have been true role models who I've looked up to since 5th grade when I joined the troop. The amount of time they have given to leading this program is like a second job. I appreciate the trust given to us, which has taught us how to be independent and self-reliant. Hopefully we didn't stress you out too much being a bunch of teenagers in the woods. I'd like to thank Dr. Lawton and Dr. Switzer for always supporting this troop. Dr. Lawton is the person who kept many scouts, including me, tight and right. He is also someone who would be there for you in a heartbeat if you needed his guidance. Dr. Switzer takes time out of his busy schedule to meet with scouts, even in his office. Every scout pays him a visit for their board of review in order to achieve his next rank. All of you have helped me so much throughout my time as a scout, and for this, I am very appreciative. I'd also like to thank all of the other parents, such as Mr. Schwartz and Mr. Mullen, for helping make Troop 1 the best it can be. They can certainly cook some great food, which we appreciate on trips. Finally, I would like to thank my parents. I would not be standing here today without my dad signing me up at a young age and supporting the process fully until the end. He spent many nights on the ground with me. However, I think the true hero is my mom. She has been the force pushing me along the way, and without her encouragement, I undoubtedly would not have achieved the Eagle rank as early as I did. I truly can't thank you enough. Scouting has been an important chapter in my life, but it means something different for everyone involved. It is what you make of it, and these guys up here help make it fun. Troop 1 is a special group of boys. It is a brotherhood. We travel, backpack, camp, work on badges, and achieve ranks together. If someone needs help or is falling behind, your peers are there to help you. Over these years, we have been able to go on some incredible trips. Whether it was hiking the Appalachian Trail, canoeing down the Edisto, or staying the week down in Hononwa, Troop 1 conquered. I'm sure everyone here has many stories to tell, but I'm afraid we'd be here for a while. Spending time with these friends during our weekly meetings and campouts always brought about laughter and camaraderie. What am I going to take away from scouting? The values that it instills. The Scout law states, a scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I will do my best to implement these characteristics, and I know that I will call on these attributes in all stages of my life. It is an honor for me to become an Eagle Scout in the same troop where my great-grandfather, Dr. George Dean Johnson, became the first Eagle Scout in the state of South Carolina. I am proud to follow in his footsteps and continue my family's tradition of being in Troop 1. I am forever grateful for everyone who helped me get here today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Jack Krydynski. I'd first like to start off by thanking Mr. Gage, Mr. Satterfield, Dr. Dunbar, Mr. Wakefield, Dr. Lawton, Dr. Switzer, my family, fellow scouts, and everyone that was able to come out today. If I'm going to be completely honest, I thought becoming an Eagle Scout was a lot easier. I was wrong. Never would I thought of me having to track every penny I spent for 3 months just for one badge that would go on my sash. Being an Eagle Scout is not given to you in any way, shape, or form. It is earned. From the day I entered the Cub Scouts to my Eagle Border Review, Boy Scouts has been a commitment. I would beg my parents to let me skip the meeting that week or not go on that camping trip, knowing the answer was always, no, you're going. If I had the choice to turn back time and do it again, I would go on every single trip they offered, even if I had been on it before. Speaking of trips, one of the first and hardest trips I took was during my first summer at Camp Hononwa. All the scouts with me today attended it, and I think they can speak for themselves on how hard it was. The only way I can describe the tea plantation hike is by comparing it to walking in the desert, following someone you've never met in your life for what seemed like 100 miles. Our shoes were filled with sand, causing the worst blisters I've ever had. Our little legs were sore and tired, yet we still persevered and completed the hike despite the challenges. From that point on, the Scout motto, be prepared, had a brand new meaning. Every trip we went on had something that tested our limits and opened new experiences. Even though some were challenging, we still managed to have a good time, sometimes a little too much fun. Some prime examples include using Hononwa grits as frisbees, late night stargazing, that's a story for another time, and sliding down the water slide at Camp Mondamon during the late summit trip and getting chased out by a counselor. Sorry, Mr. Gage. I can confidently say that overall, Scouts has taught me more valuable lessons than school. The biggest thank you of all goes to my dad. He spent countless hours helping me with merit badges and has encouraged me throughout the years of scouting. I would not be where I am today if it was not for him. Thank you, Dad. There are no other young men that I would rather have gone through Scouts with other than the ones standing with me today. These are people I will forever consider family. I encourage every Scout to pursue the rank of Eagle because it is worth it. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Charlie Millinor. I would like to thank all of the leaders and family members that helped me reach the goal of Eagle. The preparation, guidance, and instruction, and even the discipline needed along the way are all key to the growth of Scouts. Encouragement and engagement from the many adults in our Troop 1 family has been critical to the success of our troop over the years. Planning trips and being the much-needed chaperones that they are, instructing merit badges, and the patience, I tell you the patience, to teach the large number of Scouts, some which were more disruptive than others. Troop 1 is a well-oiled machine. Parents, volunteers, and Scouts work at an optimum level to provide the best experience for Scouts. I encourage the parents of all the Scouts to be involved. You don't want to miss out on the fun. I've had the privilege to participate in many great activities with the guys up here next to me. We have grown and matured along the way. Scouting has taught me to be more independent and to have and be more self-sufficient. I have pushed myself past boundaries and some of my fears. The friends I have made through this scouting are genuine. They have provided motivation, encouragement, and the occasional jabbing like all great friends do. I know I can count on them for anything, and I hope they can feel the same way. Most of all, the activities and the trips on this journey are the threads that have created the quilt of scouting and the memories of these past 6 years. Trips that come to mind include the Edisto River trip, where Mr. Satterfield and I were assigned to one of the same canoes. Mr. Mullen, however, thought it would be a great idea to tow us behind his John boat. Let's just say this situation did not end well. The flashlight fights against the bugs and our old friend Rocky the Raccoon at Camp Hononwa provided entertainment for some of the adult leaders. Bugs and spiders are still not my thing. I will always remember the Hononwa Shine, basically a combination of sweat, dirt, and grime that a scout gets after a week at camp. And let's not forget the feast at Rush's in Columbia on the way home from scout camp. You always have a memento from scout camp. If you look in your sock basket, I guarantee you there will be one mismatched sock from a fellow scout. This is part of the scouting bond, so maybe you might want to hold on to it. See, and then a week at Sea Base is a trip that I'll never forget. We snorkeled and we sailed and we fished in the beautiful waters off the Florida Keys. This is a must-do for the Scouts. This was where I was introduced to spam and cakes on Big Munson Island, which may be certainly a first and a last for me. I'm proud to say that I'm a Troop 1 Eagle Scout, and I'm proud of my Eagle brothers. Thank y'all.
Good afternoon. I'm Gates Myers, and I would like to start off by saying thank you to everyone for coming. And big thanks to Mr. Gage and Mr. Satterfield, who were my scoutmasters throughout scouting, and a real big thanks to my mom and dad, because without them, I probably still wouldn't be in Scouts. I'm very glad that I'm got to be able to stand up here with this group of guys. We have all gone through our ups and downs through scouting, which has really strengthened our relationship as friends. Such as one time when I was a first year on the Creeper Trail trip, I came back to find my tent flooded in about 2 inches of water. I asked my Charlie Smith, who's standing up here with me today, if I could use his tent with him, and he let me. I have many other stories that I could tell you about that I have with these guys, but I don't think I have enough time. It was a struggle to get my eagle so quickly to be able to attend the ceremony, but through the persistence of my parents, Scoutmaster, and friends up here motivating me to do it, I was finally able to finish. The experience that I have had in Scouts have really helped shape my life to where I am today, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Good afternoon. I'm Charlie Smith. First off, I would like to thank my parents, Mr. Satterfield, Mr. Gage, and everyone else who has helped me on my journey to Eagle. I would not be where I am today without them. Boy Scouts is a place where everyone feels like a family and comes together as one. Our leaders, Mr. Satterfield and Mr. Gage, did a great job of making this known. From camping trips to summer camp, everything was going towards shaping us into better men. There was never a dull moment, though. While you were always trying to complete a new merit badge, we would always make time for ultimate frisbee. We would spend countless hours playing, and then at summer camp, we would always prove why Troop 1 was the best. Over my years in Scouts, I learned more than I have anywhere else, and sometimes I learned things the hard way. The journey to Eagle Scout was not easy, and sometimes it made you want to give up, but in the end, it was worth it. And there's no better feeling than achieving that goal. Over the years, I made friendships and memories that will last a lifetime, and I'm forever grateful for my experience in Troop 1.
Zach Blankenship will now give a benediction.
Hey, before we do that, can we just... I've been back there in the live stream and haven't heard a lot of applause, so I just had to get that in real quick. I'm Zach. I'm the Director of Youth here at the Episcopal Church of the Advent and Chaplain of Troop 1, and I'm really proud of you guys. And for the ones who haven't gotten their Eagle yet, this is what the less than 6% looks like. So let's pray together. The Lord be with you. God, we thank you so much for giving these students and scouts in Troop 1 the opportunity to get that Eagle. We thank you for setting them at tasks which demand their best efforts and for guiding and directing them to that completion. God, I pray that you help them recall the things they've learned, the experiences they shared, and the memories they made along this way throughout the rest of their lives as you continue to guide and direct them. We thank you for the parents who gave up their time and a lot of their energy to make this happen today. And God, we just pray that as the young Boy Scouts and even some Cub Scouts who are in here today, as they see these brothers, may this example be an excitement so that they too can come to the completion of becoming an Eagle at Troop 1. We thank you for this church, this place, and this space where we can learn more about you and life. In your name we pray. Amen.
On behalf of Troop 1 and the families of our new Eagle Scouts, I would like to thank you for attending this ceremony. The families of our Scouts honored today would like to invite everyone to join them across the street in the Parish and Community Life Center for a reception. Please stand and join us singing God Bless America, found in your program Will the color guard please retire the colors?
Good job. You think you had the best speech?